Hi, I'm Michele Stanners, and I've been a supporter of 1835 House for, well, the last 25 years. I had the opportunity to visit this facility when I had friends and colleagues that came through here. I've also had the opportunity to spend some time in a number of other facilities around town, and I was thrilled when I heard that this particular facility that's been so successful in helping hundreds, if not thousands, of men recover would be transformed into a similar facility for women. It's hard to understand. It's so difficult to live with dependency, and it's so even more difficult for the people around to live with someone who lives in a state of dependence, who lives in a state of ism. And what I try to explain to people is no one gets up in the morning and says, today I'm going to really damage my relationships with my spouse and my kids, and I'm going to risk my job. I may even get into a car accident. I may hurt myself. I may hurt many others around me. That's what I'm going to do today. No one gets up in the morning. Even someone in the depths of alcoholism usually gets up and there's a quiet little voice that says, there's a problem here. And this is probably the glue that's holding the whole mess together. And notwithstanding that voice, the disease takes one right back into a day of repeating the same things over and over and over again. And if one is lucky, I guess, if one has had enough, if one has an influence from somewhere, some call it the grace of God as is understood to that person, the light goes on and they realize that they can't drink anymore, that it's not the last drink that kills them, it's the first. And they have to come to terms with that sad reality, that moment. They can never drink again. And where do they go? What do you do in that moment? And it's really thanks to programs like Alcoholics Anonymous, to 1835 House, to what will be the new Recovery Acres, to all of these other centers and facilities, that person will have a chance to get that monkey off their back, and to then have a chance to address all the other issues and problems that have arisen as a result. Damaged relationships, troubles at work, financial issues, everything else that has compounded as a result of years of living in this disease. This facility, 1835 House, will actually follow the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. And from all that I've seen and read and lived and learned, the 12 steps are still the most successful approach to helping people recover from alcoholism. And so you have a place to go, you have a program, you have people around you who are dedicated and committed to helping you, who are on the same path, the path to the end of suffering. And when we stop suffering, we stop causing the people around us to suffer too. And I am extremely grateful that I've had the chance to see thousands of people turn their lives around, people who have done things that we might think are unspeakable, but they've turned their lives around, and they're loving, contributing members of their society, of their families. And when one person changes, everyone around them changes. So I think it's time to have a center like this, because each of these individuals is a little gold mine, is a gem that just needs to be polished again, and needs to heal. So I'm hoping for two things. I'm hoping that this center succeeds so that we can have a place, like I've described, for women, as we do for men, and also that we begin to raise awareness and the level of consciousness in our society about drug and alcohol abuse and the other challenges that face us as human beings and that we need to deal with together as human beings.